Hello, and welcome to the Antelope News for the first week of November. I'm Brittany Manuel. On Tuesday, Americans everywhere were on the edge of their seat as the vote counts came in for the 2020 general election. This was a first general election for many college students, and we are all strongly encouraged to vote this year. Here's Cassie Brown coming all the way from a North Platte polling place.
Most UNK students have already cast their vote either by mail or absentee ballot, but I decided to vote in person because that is still an option.
Today I made the 97-mile trip back to my hometown to cast my vote in person, and I'm glad I was able to have this experience since this was the first time I've been able to vote in a general election. For the Antelope News, I'm Cassie Brown.
Many students have been stressed leading up to the election, so Campus Lutheran offered students a chance to alleviate some of that anxiety on Tuesday.
Today we're hosting a Purple Zone where you leave your politics at the door and come and eat. We have free lunch and free dinner and prayer, guided prayer in our sanctuary if you choose, and it's just a space to take a deep breath on this stressful day and this stressful time in the semester.
The event lasted from 8:30 in the morning to 8:30 in the evening. The Purple Zone was a host for various activities including prayer, communion by candlelight, and even yoga. Meanwhile, construction is continuing on the UNK campus. Contractors were at work this week installing a new electrical feeder to add village flats in the Planbeck Development Center to the campus power grid. Demolition began on October 29th near the intersection of 15th Avenue and University Drive. By November 2nd, work had closed the Payne Bridge near the College of Education building. Progress is also underway on the ambitious University Village project. The bid is out on the new 6-court tennis complex, and construction is expected to begin later this year, per UNK News. UNK is still providing free on-campus COVID testing for students who believe that they have been infected with the virus. John Faulkner, senior advisor to the chancellor, says students should get tested to give themselves peace of mind before heading home for Thanksgiving.
People in our student age bracket, quite a few of them, a fairly high percentage, can be asymptomatic, which means the disease is in you, you're spreading it, but you feel no symptoms at all. So you wake up feeling like you do on any other day, but you could be communicating that disease. So before I go home and see grandma at Thanksgiving, I want to know if I do or don't have it.
Testing occurs Monday and Tuesday nights through November 17th at the locker room on the north end of Foster Field. Test results are expected within 72 hours. When it comes to health, COVID is often at the forefront of the conversation, but it's still important to remember the normal cold and flu season that comes with chillier fall weather. UNK Student Health is offering $25 flu shots on campus.
We strongly recommend it here at UNK just because a college campus is a high-risk environment, and your potential to be exposed is greater because there's so many people living so close together. And once something like that gets started on campus, it's really easy for it to spread quickly. So the influenza vaccine is just our way of preventing a widespread infection on campus. And this year it's even more important because the last thing we want is to get infected with influenza and COVID at the same time.
The vaccine is available to students and faculty. Vaccines must be paid for in cash. Student Health can give you a receipt if you believe the shot can be covered by your insurance. And appointments must be made in advance by calling 308-865-8218. Last week, Lopers got into the Halloween spirit with fun activities on campus. Last Thursday, students carved up some scary good jack-o'-lanterns for the College of Arts and Science pumpkin carving event, all while collecting food items for the Loper Pantry. To see how else the art department celebrated spooky season, we'll turn to Grace McDonald.
2 days before Halloween, the UNK Art Department celebrated with pumpkin-themed creations galore, including the students in Class 1.
This is my first time taking this class, but we do stuff with like the pumpkins and the whole fab every year. The hardest part of the process is just controlling the glass. It can either get too hot or too cold. When we're trying to move it around, it can just start cracking. Somewhat unpredictable, but predictable.
The professor started class with a glass blowing demonstration and then set the students loose to form their own glass pumpkins. Meanwhile, real pumpkins were being carved right next door at the College of Arts and Sciences pumpkin event.
Happy Halloween, Lopers. What we have here is a pumpkin carving that's going to be going on for faculty, students, and staff. And all the benefits in order to carve a pumpkin is just to bring a canned good or a dry good to donate to the Loper Pantry. So it's giving people an opportunity to carve pumpkins and then also to give back to the community.
The stakes were high at the charitable event as participants competed for cash prizes with their jack-o'-lantern designs.
I tried going for the scariest section, and so I did student loans because student loans are terrifying. And for my second pumpkin, I'm kind of just going in for fun and gonna try and make a bunch of just funny faces.
Here were the picks of the patch. Best of Show was awarded to design sophomore Clarissa Peltz. Design senior Sam Hayes won for the ugliest, and art education sophomore Kaylee Schaefer won for the most creative. Congratulations, and thank you to those who donated. For Antelope News, I'm Grace McDonald.
Another Halloween event was a whodunit for this year's Soberfest. Soberfest is hosted annually by the UNK Peer Health Educators Student Organization. In order to practice social distancing, this year's event featured a take-home murder mystery box to be completed individually or with a group of up to 5 people. The boxes were picked up that afternoon, and the first clue was released on social media at 8 p.m. If the mystery was solved, students were entered into a giveaway to win prizes. Amanda Dabney, the Wellness Promotion and Prevention Coordinator, says that events like Soberfest give students on campus a safer alternative on Halloween.
We have these things for you as a student that you can choose to opt into. That means that if you're not comfortable with some of the activities associated on other nights, you don't have to engage in those. You have a space that is there for you, and I think it allows wellness to become a priority for students.
The goal of Soberfest is to prevent students from engaging in risky situations during Halloween. It also provides an educational opportunity.
On top of that prevention, it also provides an education element. So exactly like how much is in a standard drink, exactly what those drinks can do to you, how it affects your blood alcohol levels and whatnot.
Thank you for watching this episode of Antelope News. If you know someone who would enjoy our program, please share this video, and while you're at it, tell them to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're very close to reaching our goal of 100 subscribers this semester. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more UNK news and information. I'm Brittany Manuel. Thank you for watching.